All right, we're back on breakfast again. Obviously, I'm going to be continuing to play through my 100 matches before Eternal Weekend. We got some news, though. There may be some changes before Eternal Weekend Europe on November 10th, so that'll be interesting. We'll see how that plays out. But for now, we're going to keep playing our Tamios. We're going to keep playing our Thassa's Oracles. We're going to keep playing against people playing Karn Forge, and we're going to play against Oops All Spells, I'm sure. And we're going to keep playing against Reanimator, of course. So let's get in there. You know the deck. We've got Illusionists, we've got Nadus, we've got Narcomoebas, we've got Nomad Core, 2 Tamio, Thassa's Oracle, 1 main deck Prismatic Ending, 4 Ponder, that Dread Return that you know we have to worry about, drawing all the time, 4 Brainstorm, 2 Days, 4 Force of Will, 1 Memory's Journey, 3 Swords, 2 Shuko, a Ghost Vacuum as a Miser's Ghost Vacuum in the main, and then we've got our land package with 2 of the Surveil lands, 3 Urza Sagas, pair of basics, Cavern of Souls. We're going to keep the sideboard relatively the same as what we've had before, and let's get into some games. Finding the right high-end cards for Legacy, Vintage, Pre-Modern, or Old School Magic can be challenging. That's where friends 3-for-1 trading come in.
3-for-1 trading is buying all Magic the Gathering singles and entire collections, big and small. They're one of the top trading card game traders, buying way over 1 million Magic cards a year, and they are more than happy to make you an offer on your cards. In addition to sending in your cards, you'll also have the chance to sell and trade them at MagicCon Atlanta, taking place from September 26th to 28th. Huge thanks to 3-for-1 Trading for supporting the Legacy community. Now back to the show.
Right, we've got a game. We're up against 65 pound. All right, we win that roll. We will play first. All right, let's look at this hand. It's not perfect, but with the option of being able to grab basics if we need them, and Force of Will, and Brainstorm, and Ponder, I think this is an okay keep. We're going to keep this. Just go there. It's like our opponent is a big fan of the show. Great time for you to remember to like and subscribe to the video. If you are a big fan of the show, you can always stop by our Patreon at patreon.com/eternaldurdles and help support the channel. Just $5 will get you all these videos ad-free. All right, so we're going to play a Misty Rainforest, and we will pass turn. Expedition map. All right, I'm going to allow it. Might be against my best interests, but why not? All right, we're going to play another Flooded Strand here. And I think I'll take this time to go ahead and put an island to play. And I'm going to Ponder. There's Nadu. Let's put the Nadu in our hand. Or we could get the Prismatic Ending here and hit the... Yeah, let's do that. 1, 2, 3. Didn't do that right, but we're not going to use Ponder's ability. Well, it won't matter either way, right? Because we're going to get a Savannah, and we're going to tap that Savannah to get rid of this expedition map by paying the 1, and we'll see how that works for us. It could be important. It might just be a garbage play on my end. We'll find out. Oof. Well, you hate to see it. Okay, what we got here? Malevolent Rumble. Sure, we can go ahead and let them have 4 cards. Access to seeing 4 cards, not being able to play 4 cards. And then I'll get a Eldrazi spawn. So that's a thing. Then we'll pass turn. Right? Okay, untap. Here, what we got? Well, there's the core. Let's do that. And then we'll put the core nomad out, actually. Yeah. We'll go ahead and put the core nomad into play. We can protect it. Okay, here we go. Now what we need to do, exploration. Do we care? I think we kind of do care about exploration at this point. They're a lands deck, right? Hopefully whatever they're doing next turn is not a big deal for me. What do we got here? Thespian Stage. Yep, okay. I think the thing to do here is to now cast Brainstorm. Okay. Right. Let's put back Force of Will. Well, we'll put back Windswept Heath and Force of Will, right? Untap. Draw. Let's right. And there we are. Wing it out. Did we get there? Okay. There we go. Yep. I'm going to go ahead and use this. Yep. Yep. Okay. All right. And one more. There we go. Okay. Let's go ahead and ponder. Oh, we gotta let these out. There we go. Ponder. Okay. Think we want to shuffle this ponder. We have all these things. We don't need more of these. Any order, use ponder's ability to shuffle. And we have a daze. Okay, I'm down. During upkeep, we will get a bunch more cards. Making a guy, right? Making a dude. You got it. There's a dude to be made. Okay. There's a yep. There we are. Nice. That's where it's at. Okay. All right. And we will pass turn. Now you need to get something that will stop me from winning the game from my hand. I've got a force of will. Drawing 8 cards feels pretty good. So I think we're good here. They're going to produce some mana. Yeah. Dark Depths. I don't know that Dark Depths is really where you want to be, though. Yep. All right. Go to the next one. Yeah. The writing's on the wall there. Okay. Let's think about this. We definitely would like to see that. Let's bring in the Serenity. Pithing Needle seems fine to bring in. Time Raveler. I don't know if, I worry about Life from the Loam a little bit. I gotta bring in maybe 2 of those. Okay, let's reevaluate here. We can remove the dazes. Let's take out 1 and 1 here. We got a little bit slower plan. We'll remove that. And we can remove 1 Windswept Heath. We're just gonna do that. See how that works for us. We don't really have a plan against lands. I don't love this plan, though. I think we need to mulligan this. Not being able to play Tamiyo on turn 1, access to blue mana, never really sure if we're ever going to draw more lands. This is a mulligan. Okay. I think that we can keep this, and then we can throw the Narcomoeba on the bottom. So let's do that. Keep. Narcomoeba goes on the bottom. Done. Forest. Mox Diamond. Love that. We got a Life from the Loam. Okay. We got Malevolent Rumble. You got it. Permanent card. Showing the Pithing Needle. Okay. I like that. Showing Pithing Needle. Which means I get to... Man, that's so good. All right. Here's the question is, do we want to just slow them down by hitting the Mox Diamond now? I think I think the smart thing to do would be to play... I'm going to play the island. Then I'm going to pass. The reason why we're going to do this way, we have the combo in hand, right? We have Saga and our Cephalid Illusionist. We have the option of hitting something with our Prismatic Ending if we really need to. But it's going to feel so good to Serenity the board next turn. And then followed up with a Ursa Saga. Yep, there we go. I can name Core here, right? Nomads in Core. So that's going to feel great if I can resolve this Serenity. I don't think it should be a problem to resolve it, but we'll find out. Now I can pitch Force of Negation if I have to. Okay, well, hopefully that stalls them out a little bit. They didn't draw a second land, so that's a problem for my opponent, right? About to lose a lot of their resources. Okay, let that blow up. Yep. Let's play an Urza Saga, and I think the correct thing to do here would be to ponder. Wow. Yeah. Let's do 1, 2, 3. We're not going to shuffle. I will just play a Nomad in Core, Disruptor Flute. Huh. Can I counter that? No, I cannot. Okay. You get to Disruptor Flute. What's funny about the Disruptor Flute is I still have the Urza Saga to do things later on. So I think that we're in a situation where, one, we're going to want to be doing Saga tokens and just seeing if we can just tempo in that way. I am fine to do it like that, right? Let's attack, right? Coming in. Yeah. And then we'll just use the Saga to our advantage here. If they don't get another land, things are going to be pretty rough. I'm assuming they kept a lot of hate cards like Pithing Needle, yeah, that's a bummer. They just couldn't draw the land. That sucks. That's you know, what are you gonna do? It happens to everybody eventually. But anyhow, 65 pound. Thanks for watching. I do appreciate you saying that in the chat. So that's always cool for us to see people that are playing the game that are watching the channel. So that was rad. It sucks that you did not draw land, because I think those could have been very interesting games to go back and forth. But on to the next one. Ooh, okay. This one's interesting, right? I think I keep this just on the back of having Brainstorm and a Ponder, and we'll just kind of see what happens from there. The Dread Return can be tossed back later on. So we're going to keep, just do it like that. All right. Now, I think we need to Ponder to start this off. We probably want to find more lands. Yes. Okay. All right. Here we go. Let's put the Brainstorm, then the Misty, then the Cavern, like that. Use Ponder static ability. Nope. All right. So then next turn, we'll put down a Misty Rainforest and we'll slam a Shuko. Or we'll slam a Shuko. There we go. They got their turn going here. All right. Untap. Misty. Let's send a Shuko down, and then we'll pass turn. That's fine. Brainstorm. You got it. This sets us up for a turn 3 guaranteed Nadu. We're going to get to draw 2 cards off that Nadu. Another Brainstorm. All right. We're going to untap, draw that Brainstorm. Okay. We're going to play this and name Wizard. Let's go get a Tundra. Let's put a bird on it. Let's do blue, green, white. There's a bird mana. Can't counter it. So we get to draw 2 cards off this. Do they have a way to get rid of it? Probably do. Okay. Edict is a card that you can cast to stop me from doing that. So we're just trading 1 for 1 here. I'm about to go full Saga plan against this opponent. So that's going to help, I think. Okay. Here comes a Thoughtseize. Okay. All right. There we go. Untap. Draw. Nice. We're going to do a Urza's Saga. There. Great. And I think from here we pass turn. Here comes Urkish Bowmasters. Let's Brainstorm now. We'll put back a Dread Return, and we will put back a Windswept Heath. Like that. You got it. And that's fine. You can have an Orcish Bowmaster. I'm sure that means that there is a yep, here comes Kato. Yep, there's Kato. Kato has hexproof. So I can't get rid of Kato. Yeah. I'm taking 4 off the dome, and then they get to draw 2 cards. It's rough. Don't love that. But let's see if we can't. Yeah, we made a mistake there. Giant mistake. Would have been smart to do it the other way. Man, that's rough. Let's play another Urza Saga. Yeah, I made the mistake of allowing a Orcish Bowmasters to go back to their hand, so they get to proc it another time, which is a challenge for me to deal with. I think actually I want to create one now. Yeah, I gotta create this now. And then I will pass turn. All right, the hope here, 2, 3, and then that. Yeah, I will be able to make a large amount of tokens. All right, let's just get rid of that. We made the mistake of not getting rid of it before. Okay, yeah, they can attack with both of them. It's okay. All right, what do we got? Another goddamn Orcish Bowmasters. Well, now I think we just go for it, right? Drawing 2 cards sucks, knowing that that's a thing for each opponent. Drawing 1 card, okay. Just drawing 1 card. Drawing 1 card for each opponent who lost a life. Another Orcish Bowmasters. Okay, Snapcaster Mage. And what Thoughtseize? No. All right. Well, that's bad. Yeah. Well, that was a mistake we made for sure. Okay, so there's the Dread Return. All right. Okay. Let's make this a guy, right? Okay, let's put a Shuko into play here. We'll make that a guy. I think we just do another one, and I don't know that there's much that they can do. I mean, I made the mistake of making a bunch of dumb plays here, but maybe just having a bunch of giant dudes will make up for that. So we'll see how this works out for us. I think we have to sit back for one turn. We both have a lot of lands. We've got that much going for us. I didn't lose any life this turn, so that's not great for my opponent. I don't think they want to attack in. They could. I'm just going to lose guys. Yeah. Okay. Now we've got a board presence here. Ooh, that's fancy. Okay, so let's do this, that, and that. I'm going to get a vacuum as well. Okay. Well, I think it's time to start swinging in. Yeah, we attack. We just attack them. Let's attack Kato there, right? Okay. We might be able to just get this off the back of constructs. My opponent needs to block a little bit here to do some blocking, I think. They could just have a ton of stuff, right? Yeah, block there, block there. Okay. Yep. Do it like that. And we're going to just try and go off. Did we get there? Unfortunately, we didn't. I do need to crack this for... Yeah, damn. Okay. Well, yeah, we'll have to wait. All right, we're going to wait. That's okay. Yeah, we're going to wait. We can just chill. Like, we have a frigging board. We don't need to try and, like, win right now. Yep. Come in. Think I just block here, right? We got a 3/4 and a 4/4. Yeah. I'll block, right? Lightning bolt. Does it? Yeah, that'll do it. Haha, yeah. Got there. Nice. Okay. All right. All right. What do we want to do here? I think Time Raveler is interesting. Do I care about... I definitely want more removal. I like Pithing Needle. Let's go out on those. Let's take out the Dazes as well, and we'll see what happens from here. Yeah, let's try that. Die roll. Would I like to play first? Yes. Okay. We're going to keep this. I'll go with a Tundra into a Ponder. So lesson learned on that last one, we should have gotten the land that we needed to cast that, not knowing that we could have just lost there. All right. So we're going to get a Tundra. Tundra into Ponder. All right. Let's do Archive. So we'll do Plains, Archive, use Ponder's ability. No. And then we'll pass turn. So next turn, we can slam down a Meticulous Archive to get rid of the Plains. I don't think we really care about that much. Thoughtseize, you got it. What do you want to take a Shuko? I don't think this is the time to take a Shuko. Just one Nadu. You got it. I'm going to play a Meticulous Archive. That can go into the graveyard. And let's put a Shuko into play, and we'll pass turn. All right. No blue mana for our opponent here, which is interesting. Urza's Saga. I'm going to do it. I'm crazy. I'm a nutcase. I'll do it. Did I get there? Okay, yeah, of course not. Yeah. I didn't think so. Okay. That was expected. Oh, look at that. Narcomoeba. Yes. Now, what we can do is I'm just going to get rid of this token here, right? Goodbye token. We'll put that there. And I will block the Orcish Bowmaster. Finally getting a blue mana source. We got Ponder. You got it. I'm once again going to just lean into the Urza Saga plan for now. It seems like the thing to do. Of course. Why not? At least we know that I don't have to worry about, you can hit me for one. That's fine. Untap. Draw. Okay. I think the correct thing to do here would be to produce a creature and suit it up. Yep. We'll suit him up. It's not perfect, but the holding the Sword Plowshares up doesn't help me at all. What is happening? And then Colgan's Command. God damn. Woof. Pretty bad for me. Pretty bad. But if I can draw a land, and I can, that's sweet. Let's add mana there. Yep. We're going to just get a Shuko. Right? We'll get a... There we go. Tropical Island. We'll do that. And we'll get this one, and we will play Nadu Winged Wisdom. Good God. They just had it all. Had it all. Nothing you can really do about that. Yeah, I guess we'll pass turn from there. We still have a chance. It's just dramatic. Okay, ponder. Oh man, let's do it. Come on, deck. I mean, we will be pondering next turn. That's for sure. We have to find something to win with. So either we draw something to win with or we don't. We'll see what happens. All right, coming in for a total of 3 untap. Okay, let's ponder. I know that we're gonna any order. Use ponder's ability. Woof. Okay. I mean, I think this is game either way, but we'll see what happens. All right, we're gonna brainstorm. Okay. So we did not get there. We need to draw a land as well as the Cephalid Illusionist, so that does it for us. We've lost the game. Concede. Eternal Durdles is proud to be sponsored by Moxfield. Moxfield is the best Magic the Gathering deck building website on the internet. You can create, share, and find decks from Commander to Legacy, and even fan-supported formats like Pre-Modern and Old School. You can see all of our decks on our Moxfield. Follow the links below to stay tuned. All right, looks like we're on the draw this time. Ooh. That's a hand. I think we can do better than this. Although, man, Force of Will's half our combo. We just don't have any selection. We're going to try this just because we want to see what happens when we keep something like this, where we have half of our combo. But do we... Okay, here's the thing. I don't think we do, because we don't have any cantrips. We need land. We need the other half of the combo. So that's just too long. So let's mulligan this and see if we can do better. Rough. That's somehow worse. We're going to keep it, and we'll put the swords back and say done. And let my opponent go first. At least he didn't say good luck, have fun, and then drop a full just be like, and good luck, have fun, and then they're like, haha, throw down oops all spells on us. That would be so rude. But no, it looks like a relatively fair battle plan for my opponent with a Island Ponder go, right? We assume it's an Island Ponder go. It could be an Island Ponder storm off and win the game, right? Could be so many things. It is an Island Ponder go. Okay, untap, draw. Okay, interesting. I think then what we want to do here is start with a plains, and let's play a Ghost Vacuum. Pass. Now we're insulated against any sort of, wasteland shenanigans my opponent may have. I would like to have some wasteland shenanigans right now, but you gotta do what you gotta do. Okay, well, fortunately, we're both playing the same deck. So great. All right, we're gonna go Swords to Plowshares, and then we'll pass turn. Now, some stuff I happen to know about this deck. Maybe my opponent does not. Okay, they're gonna go for another Illusionist. You got it. There's the Illusionist. All right, on our, let's do. Man, I think we got to do a Prismatic Ending here. Yeah, we'll cast Prismatic Ending, and then we'll pass turn. I like that I have now that I've got the Force of Will and the Ghost Vacuum. I'm feeling pretty tidy here. 4 cards to 4 cards. They're gonna get. Like if I was them, I would have probably leaned into the whole Urza Saga plan here, knowing that like I'm, whatever I'm doing looks terrible. So I would just be like, I'm just gonna outclass you here. So we'll see if we can get lucky and pull off a win based off of like they're obviously gonna go for the nod. We want to counter the nod. Yeah, we're gonna counter the nod. They probably have counter magic here, right? They're gonna get 2 cards out of this. So that's something. Okay. We're stabilizing here somehow. We're going to hit the Nadu on that one. All right, untap. Draw a Tundra. We're going to play our own dude and a land. Do we play another dude? I think we do, actually, here. and we just say, if you got it, you got it, right? I'm in a solid situation because I don't have to super worry about them just top decking a Cephalid Illusionist. So Brainstorm's fine here. This is where we start to get into the opponent's head a little bit and have to think about what they can do versus what we can do. I think this will go long. It's my guess that this match will go long. This game for sure, I think could go long, but we'll see. If they pull up with a Nadu, I could be in a lot of trouble. I just have to keep them off of Nadu for a turn. If I can draw an Illusionist, I think I win the game. Now, knowing what my opponent's doing, this is interesting because we rarely get to play against other Cephalid Breakfast decks, so we know what's going on in their head, and with 3 cards, they're doing a little bit better than us. Obviously, I can attack them, so that's nice. Okay, here we go. A land and another Nadu, right? An Illusionist. You got it. Illusionist in play. Here's the thing. What my opponent doesn't know is I can stop this by hitting their Narcomoeba. I think. I'm pretty sure that's what we want to be doing here is just hit the Narcomoeba. If they have 3 Narcomoeba, which is a rare thing, I doubt that is a thing that would actually happen very often. Where is the Narcomoeba at? Your graveyard from exile. Can I just see the graveyard here? Thank you. That should stop the combo. Don't think that they can do anything from there. They have to stop. Unless they have another creature in hand, or if they have... This is the one thing that can stop them from going off. So we'll see if this works or not. They need to hit a guy. So we'll see what happens here. Sorry, a third guy. They'll need to hit a third guy. And I don't think they play 3 Narcomoebas. Now, if they don't, like, this just gives me another turn is all. And I get to possibly target, see, they gotta... Now, if I can target their... I have so many ways to possibly win this. Untap. Okay, Brainstorm. Yep. That doesn't do it. Does not do it. Unfortunate. If we could have gotten anything to target my opponent, I don't think there's anything here. Sacrifice this. No, there's nothing. Well, we had a chance. We'll concede this one. Let's look and see if we had gotten one more card deeper. No, it's not going to let us. So we had a chance there. It gave us an option to stop them. So one thing you can do to this deck is if you have something in play to Ghost Vacuum, if you hit them if they're going for it without the core nomads, they only play 2 Narcomoeba. So you can hit the Narcomoeba out of the yard and it gives you another chance to get there. So we're going to begin sideboarding. All right. We'll add swords. Let's do Pithing Needle. Sure, we'll do another Ghost Vacuum. All right. Then what do we want to take out here? We can remove 1 Shuko. And we can do a Plains and an Island. Think taking out 1 Force. I don't want to do 2 Force. Do that. I think we really want to lean into the fair plan here against them and not lose, like just auto lose to the Cephalid Illusionist plan. We'll see how this works. My thought is that you just don't want to lose to the Cephalid Illusionist. While Nadu is a pain, we can kind of get back into the game with Nadu, knowing what they have. I don't know. I guess Nadu's not great for us either. It's kind of whatever. But I would much rather... Man, I just wish... If I'd have drawn like a swords there, that would have been so good. All right. Obviously, we're going to be on the play. Okay, we start this with a Tundra. Wow. Tundra, Tameo, go. We're going to keep Tundra, Tameo, go. All right. We've got one of our plans in play. I'm assuming I should be able to... Like, I can ponder and then play the Ghost Vacuum next turn. That's my plan here. I'm sure Swords Plowshares is fine. All right, untap, draw. Okay, we're going to do a ponder here. Okay, I think we any order this and hope that we're going to... Yeah, there we go. We got to land. All right, we're going to go ahead and play... let's do Tropical Island, and we will play a Ghost Vacuum, and I think we're pretty good there. We still have Force of Will up, Ponder, you got it. And I would love to draw an Urza Saga here. That would be really great. I might be able to. I mean, I've got a Brainstorm. We'll see what happens. I've got a little bit of backup here with the Ghost Vacuum. Second Ghost Vacuum's clutch, though. Second Ghost Vacuum means that they cannot get me unless they play like a Pithing Needle. Remember, they can cast these spells out of their yard with Tamio, so got to worry about that. Okay, let's do Brainstorm. Right. Uh-huh. That's the worst. Let's do that and Memories Journey, and we will play another Ghost Vacuum and pass turn. Yep. All right. So, I mean, I'm going to target myself with the Memories Journey next turn. At least I know that they can't do what I'm super worried about, which is cast Nadu. But I definitely do. I definitely really want to cast the Memories Journey next turn because I want to shuffle my deck. I do not want to draw that Dread Return. It's a worst case scenario for me. Yeah, I hate that, but it is what it is. Okay. So there's a pretty good chance that my opponent has gotten is going to be able to get a. Let's see here. Right. All right. So I'm going to pass. I'm almost positive my opponent's going to be able to get a Pithing Needle to stop this shenanigans from happening. And then they can kind of do whatever they want. I would lean into the Urza Saga if I were them. I think that that's your best play. Okay. Yeah, that's okay. You can allow that. They're going to get... Okay. I'll target myself here. 1, 2, just those 2. Done. And I'll cast this. You want to counter it? All right, what do I draw here? An Archamoeba. Come on, deck. This is getting rude. All right. Let's get rid of that. You want to keep it. This puts them in a situation where if they don't protect this, then they need to get a Shuko to like activate their Nadu and stuff like that. Whereas they can use this for a Pithing Needle if they want. And that's kind of not where I want them to be. Flusterstorm. I'm going to counter Swords to Plowshares, pitching an Archamoeba, right? Because the plan is to go get a Pithing Needle and then play your Cephalid Illusionist. It'd be my guess. That's what I would. That's the play I'm worried about here. Really masterful back and forth here between my opponent and I. Really thinking about it. Oh God, I just did something so stupid. I will pay the 1. Oh my God. Fucking dumb. What did I do that for? I targeted my own Force of Will. I targeted my Swords to Plowshares. Kind of stupid. All right, we'll see how that works out for me. I'm fortunate that is what happened here. We'll see how things progress. I just kind of wasn't paying attention to what I was actually doing. Yep. Producing mana. I mean, I have another force in my hand, so let's hope that that's enough. Searching their library for Pithing Needle. Did they put a Pithing Needle in here? Yep. There it is. Expected. We gotta counter it by throwing it out. Do you have the counter spell backup on this one as well? They don't. Well, thank God. All right. Again, I would have leaned into the Urza Saga here. This is a chance for me to wiggle out of this. We'll see what happens. Not great. All right. I'll untap and pass the turn. Now, if they have Cephalid Illusionist, I'm in trouble. They don't. They might not. They might not. Let's say they might not. We're both sitting here just trying to make things work, I guess. I will get a Meticulous Archive. Let's go here. We got Brainstorm. I'm going to keep it. Put it on top. There we go. Brainstorm. Illusionist. Ponder and Swords to Plowshares. Let's do 1, 2, like that. And I'll pass my turn, I think. Yeah, at least I have some interaction. Right? Okay, got a land. Now we're just doing it for the gram. Okay, here we go. All right, let's go ahead and ponder. There's a prismatic ending. Let's do this, that, and that. Say no to Ponder's ability. And I need to keep this Swords to Plowshares open for now. As much as I would like to use the prismatic ending right now. Yeah, gonna take that damage. They're really getting in. Okay, I'm gonna do this now. All right, untap. Draw. I'm gonna cast this on that. Great. And then I'll pass turn. All right. At least I'm back to the point where I have Ghost Vacuum again. All right. Let's remove that. And I'll remove Flusterstorm, I suppose. Untap. Draw. I'm going to put an Illusionist into play. And I'll pass turn. I feel like they've also got a ton of hate, and they just don't have anything that they can do about it. They can do about, ending the game, I should say. They probably have plenty of stuff they can do about my Cephalid Illusionist, which I'll happily trade 1 for 1 for. Is deciding on a play? Nope. Okay, they're going to 6 cards. Good God, that's a lot of cards. All right, end turn. Okay, so let's start hitting these. And do I have anything else I can take? Anything useful here? No. I'll just take a daze. Untap. Draw. Okay. Let's brainstorm. Okay. I'll put back Narcomoeba and Fairy Macabre, I suppose. Those are the 2 cards I don't really want. You're going to flash something in on me here? Now it's my turn to get the damage in. Here we go. The beats. What could you possibly do for 5 mana? Aside from cast Force of Will? Yep. Brainstorm it is. They've got many more cards than I do, which is not great. Really, really like to see something else. All right. We got a Ponder. This is a real setup here. All right. I might as well, right? Might as well get whatever I can. Untap. Draw. I'm going to cast Brainstorm. Yep. Let's put back let's put back a Fairy Macabre and a Narcomoeba. Play this. And from there, we will pass turn. Okay. It's just back and forth now, huh? Here's a Brainstorm. Here's a Ponder. Okay, Ponder. Like, they've got to find something sooner or later that they can use to pummel me with. So many lands taking their time. And turn. Okay, we're going to go ahead and do a Hedge Maze. Let's put that into the graveyard for now. We don't want that. Yep. And Tundra, I guess. Sure. Untap. Draw. Nomads. Casting Nomads in Core. You got it. You got it. All right. Casting Nadu Winged Wisdom. Please, baby, please. Some real awkward moments here. What did I lose? Thassa's Oracle's in the graveyard. What we got here? 2 for a daze. 2 for a daze. You got it. No, I won't pay the 1. Can't. I do not have the para. Okay, down to 5 cards. I don't like where I'm at here. Although, it will be nice to set I hate that. Okay, yep, there's that. Don't like that at all. This is going to be a problem. Oof. This was a long one. It's a long shot. I still have the smallest amount of a chance here. They showed me another Nomads in Core. Showed me a Fair Macabre. See if I can snag this. Yeah, go ahead. They're going to go fetch a land. Okay, cool. You got to draw another card. All right, so what did they get here? We saw Meticulous Archive entered. Okay, ending their combat. Yes. And the 3rd card is a Thassa's Oracle. Okay. I mean, they're going to draw a lot of cards. I'm going to be in a lot of trouble here. I have to really think about how I can get anywhere from here. I do want to play it out. They had significantly more cards in their hand the entire time for me, so I'm not too worried about. Ugh. All right, they got me. What a slog. Yeah, we can just they're going to draw another 8 cards before I get to see another card. The game's over. That was rough. But you can see how that just gets out of control. It really just came down to, who wasted less cards, and it was them. All right. I'm going to keep this. This is a keepable hand. We can even, turn 2, do the days thing. All right. Cloud Post. All right. We can assume that this is not a Wasteland deck. Now we just have to draw the second card. Can we draw the second land? Thunder Trap Trainer. You got it. What are you going to get for the Thunder Trap Trainer? Lauren revealed. Okay. Untap. Do I draw land? No, of course not. I'll play a Ponder. We're going to go 1, 2, 3. Use Ponder's ability. Nah. Let's play a land and let's pass turn. Real shame there. Okay. Well, let's see if we can make this work. Lauren Field. Get another island, right? Second island. Okay. Might as well attack it. No, don't want to attack him with Thunder Trap Trainer. You got it. All right. So let's do this. There we go. And I will play your girl, Cephalid Illusionist. Force of Will. Let's see if we can stop that. Do this. Let's try and get our own Force of Will. We did not. Let's go ahead and put those two back. And my opponent said, absolutely no way. So we will let it go and pass the turn. All right, it's their turn. Playing another land. Going with what? They have access to 5 mana now? KARN. 5 mana for KARN. Ticking down KARN for a Tormod's Crypt. You got it? That will stop me from doing the combo thing, for sure. Okay, untap. Draw. I'm going to play this island here. I will attempt to play Winged Wisdom. Come on with another Force of Will. All right. We're going to brainstorm again. Still not get it. Brutal. I don't love it. I don't love it. I think that's game. They just get to go get a... assuming they have a land. There's a land. Oh, I'm going to get to daze it, though. That's going to be hot. Mycosynth Lattice. Tell me you didn't pay money for this. All right. Thank God. I got that going for me, at least. A land. I will ponder. We will any order and use the ability. God damn. All right. We're going to do it again. Ponder. All right. Let's put that... this is so bad. I think we any order this again. Hit that, right? And then attack. Get out of here, KARN the Great Creator. Gosh, and I thinking I was just about to concede. We're doing great. And if I get a all right, what do you got? Another Haymaker, put me out of the game. Stock up. Well, I mean, that's basically a Haymaker, right? What do you got? 3 mana for another KARN? Oh, the One Ring. Well, I hate that. Nothing I can do about it, though. Sure can't get it off the board either. That's rough. All right, untap. Draw. Come on, deck. Let's put the other Core Nomad into play, I guess. Let's get a Meticulous Archive. Put that into the graveyard. And pass turn. Good God. Deck, what are you doing to me right now? You get to draw tons of cards. What a crapshoot for me. Watching my opponent just stock up and literally take the game right back away after I did all those jumping jacks. Yep, stock up. This is so particularly bad for me. 6 cards in hand. Sure, they can get out of this at this point. What, play another One Ring? You need to get a t-shirt that says, I'd rather be playing Premier. Jesus, man. This deck. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. Stock up into stock up into stock up. And sure, Disruptor Flute. Why not? All right. What we got going on here? Next. Well, that's cute, I guess. I can't even spend the mana to stop that from being a thing. It would be like if I could just produce one more mana of any color, that would be neat. And I'll definitely attack. Can't not attack here. I want them to be secure in their prismatic ending. Oh, God. Let's end this nonsense. We're done here. All right. Let's get these in, these in, these in. We'll play that. All right. We'll bring in a Pithing Needle. And sure, Cavern of Souls. Let's lean directly into to this plan. I'm just going to try and be the fastest deck I can. I don't think that Tommy O is really doing it against this deck. All right, we won, so we'll be on the play. I guess we'll keep this. Keep, land, go. Might need to consign to memory something early. Great. I'll untap, play Misty Rainforest, and I'll pass. Probably going to brainstorm to get rid of those 2 lands, I think, here. Be the smart play. We'll see. Go ahead and gain 2 life. All right, we're going to go ahead and brainstorm. Good God. Okay, let's get rid of these 2 lands. And then we're going to go ahead and fetch a hedge maze, right? We'll keep that on top. I don't know that we can get anywhere with this combination of cards, but we're going to try. All right. Untap. I think the answer here is Pithing Needle on. Oh, nice. All right. We're going to name Wizard. Pithing Needle on Wizard, right? Sorry, Pithing Needle. The One Ring, I think, is the thing to deal with here, and then we don't ever have to deal with the One Ring ever again, right? Then we can counter the One Ring. Okay, I'm just going to attack. If you want to kill that, you go ahead. All right. Got in there for 1 damage, guys. Now I'm going to try and just build up. Okay, what do we got here? You can kill it. I'm okay with that. It's not even my plan. Just scry 2, scry 1, and draw a card. Just cycling, huh? What are you casting? Do I care? Wish this were an island. I could daze and bounce it. That'd be so sweet. Stock up. No. Yeah, cancel. We'll return this to our hand. That worked. We'll make this a guy. All right, then we can untap. We still have the mana to make this a guy, right? 1, 2, making that a guy. Getting a Shuko out. Putting a Shuko on this thing. Playing this. And attacking for 5. This puts them in a situation where all they can do is use the One Ring as a force field. And that probably doesn't feel great. All right, I think we're in a good position. We're going to try and just do our best to stay in this position. If I can convert a consign to memory and not have to use a force of will, I'm doing great. Disruptor Flute. What do we even care about? Disruptor Flute's fine. You got it. I mean, the Shuko is sitting there just Shukoing, so I'm not too worried about that. We'll play that, of course. We're going to attack. All right. I mean, I think this is as good as it gets for us. What we got here? The One Ring. I don't think that I want the One Ring happening right now. Cast with Replicate. And I'm going to replicate 2 times. I'm going to replicate it twice. With Replicate. Replicate 1, add, and there you go. There we go. We got that one. Okay. That's what you got to do against this deck. Okay, so I didn't hate that. What do I want to deal with here? Don't think Ghost Vacuum really helps that much against this deck. So maybe I'd rather see the Nadu hit play. I'm going to try that. I did really appreciate the Pithing Needle there, just as like a safety valve. I only have to worry about KARN, really. But there, it was just a tempo play. Yeah, I think I keep this. They're going to go first, which we don't love. Okay, great. All right, we're going to start with a Tundra and pass. Okay. We'll go ahead and cast this, and we can back it up with a Force of Will. Narcomoeba. You got it. Untap. All right. Not too shabby. Let's do this. Let's call Wizard, and we're going to drop. Unfortunate that we have to do that. Yeah, we're going to pass here. Let's pass. I don't think it's going to be advantageous for us to, like, we're in a weird lock either way. So we just kind of have to sit on this brainstorm at the end of turn, right? Yeah. Brainstorm at the end of turn. Okay. Interesting. Let's do 1, 2, right? Yeah. Untap. Draw. We're going to keep, we're going to do it like this. We're going to keep that there. We're going to keep that on top, right? And we're going to pass turn. Praying to God that they don't have anything that we need to force some negation next turn. Yeah, see, that's why we didn't play it, because they obviously are going to get to do that. Do we care? They're just going to make some guys. Yeah, the spawn tokens is tough. Okay, we are gonna let this go, because I think that there's a situation here where, they're gonna use a bunch of cards. They're going to try and cast something next turn. If it doesn't up in the game, we're golden. Okay. That's going to be a hard no from me. Don't like that at all. What happens when you cast that? Exile something? Exile a permanent. What, a non-land permanent? At least, please tell me. Target permanent that's one or more colors. Okay, great. Well, we'll put that there. And I think we have to chill again here. They can't hit what's in my hand, right? Stock up, right? I hate it. It is what it is. They do have those cards in their deck. Stock up is a card that exists. I've been very smart about hiding my core nomad. For a Chalice of the Void for 2. That's fine. That changes nothing for me. It changes a little bit, but it doesn't change a lot. Let's do a Meticulous Archive. Huh. Yeah, we're going to keep that on top. Put on top. Yep. Let's get rid of that. And I still have my consigned to memory if I need it. Disruptor Flute. You got it. Okay. It just costs 3 more. You got it, dude. You got it. Okay, untap. I'm going to ponder. I think we ponder this way since I can't actually cast Nadu Winged Wisdom right now. Any order. Use Ponder's ability. Damn. I guess we're doing it. Might have to start attacking in. You only get one chance to counter it. Good God. Okay. The hell of a way to go, right? That's funny. Okay. So let's attack. All right. Then we're going to do Core Nomad, blue, and blue for this guy. Use that wizard mana. Going all the way. Did we get there? Did we get there? I bet we did. I think you have to go for it here. And I've got the mana to do the... Yeah, I'm going to do it. Let's move that up a little bit. So we've got 3. I need to do this, what? 7 times 3, 15 times. So we got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, let it rain. What we got going on here? Okay, you got it. I'm going to name Dread Return. You got it. Now you have to draw something that wins you the game. I don't know that what they do here really matters because I'm just going to put it on top of my deck. So if they can't target it, I win. Don't see any way that they can get me here. But yeah. So from there, I'll say okay. And I'm going to cast this now. Cast Memory's Journey, choosing myself, targeting the Oracle of Thassa's Oracle. Where you at, Thassa's Oracle? Did I pitch it? Or can I just not see it? Do I just suck at looking? There it is. Okay, I'll put that on top of my deck. Okay, did you draw it? If you did, I mean, if they did, they got me, right? Like if they drew something to target my Cephalid Illusionist, the game is over. If they didn't, I win. That is how these things go. Untap, upkeep, draw. I will go ahead and cast it for the win. Did you get there? Do you have the thing? Tidebinder. Good God. I guess they got there? Like, what is that? This creature enters counter up to 1 target. You got... Good job. You got me. Not a lot I can do about that, right? But the funny thing is I can still just attack them, right? It's okay. Go to my attack step. Yep, here we go. Getting in for 1. Got there. Almost conceded there. Kind of forgot that I could just attack and kill. All right, final game here. What a slog. Okay, I'm on the play. I like an on the play. Not really where I want to be. Man, just with like a little... Yeah, I'm going to mulligan this because we kind of know better. Do we keep this knowing that we can pitch the... We have action with Force of Will, and we have the Nomad, and we have the Swords. Let's keep. Let's be heroes. We open on the Savannah. The story begins on the Savannah. Core Nomad. Pass turn. It'd be really sad if my opponent just blazes down. All right. Untap. Draw. Land. No. Rough. We're attacking. Getting in there. Trying our hardest. What we got here? Some kind of Xander's Lounge. That GRIXIS. Untap draw. Ooh, it's very not good. All right, we're do what we can. We get that damage in. This is not great. This is what we get for being greedy. Let's be honest. I bet a land would have won me the game. It's unfortunate. Assuming that land also produces blue mana. I'm sure I'm going to draw a archive or a hedge maze next. That's sort of what I do. Come on, deck. All right. Things are not looking great for me here. Live by the sword, die by the sword, I say. Triumph of St. Catherine. You got it. Uh-huh. Oh, brutal. Yep, there it is. I just need an island. Can I get an island? I'd really appreciate that. All right, we're going to go to the next game. That's just rude. Just, come on. What are you even thinking? Okay, so this is some kind of Beanstalk deck, I'm sure. So let's do that. Maybe we can throw in, I don't think we need to throw in a Ghost Vacuum. Let's put another Cavern of Souls in play, though. And we can play a Fairy. Might want to throw a, and then we can drop one of those and drop one of these. And let's play one less Misty Rainforest and go from there. All right, I'm on the play. All right, I'm going to keep this. We've got lands. We've got spells. We're not super fast, but neither is our opponent. We'll start with an archive and see where things go. Will the opponent keep? Okay, they did. Archive. Let's look at the top card. It's a Ponder. We'll keep it on top. And we'll move forward, right? All right. We basically just got to show our opponent like how to sideboard against us that first game. Really working with a handicap here. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to cast Ponder. Yeah, there we go. Let's do Core Nomads, Daze, and Flooded Strand. We're going to draw the Flooded Strand like that. And I don't mind drawing the Daze, in truth. What I do mind is that I have 2 Narcomoeba in hand, which is just vastly the rudest thing ever. So, with that said, let's do Tropical Island, and we're going to cast another Ponder. Okay, I love that. Let's do Cavern of Souls on the bottom, Serenity, and Tommy, and say no on the Ponder's ability and pass. Because then we can say Wizards. Yeah, Brainstorm, you got it. We can be in the Tameo plan here. That's our tush push, our QB sneak. So we'll see how that works for us. I think that's really where we want to be. All right. Let's start by saying Wizards. Go blue mana, Wizards, right? And we can go ahead and put a core into play. And we'll pass the turn. Now, opponent has to worry that what I have is a Brainstorm, right? Don't want me brainstorming in response to their shit. Misty Rainforest in play. Brainstorm, you got it. I want to get as much value as I can out of this Tameo. Hoping that I get to do that. I'm going to allow that. Untap. Draw. There's that Cavern. I'm going to go ahead and do that. Right. And I'll go through the attack. Let's go with, what is that? A core of some kind? Core. Sure, core. And yeah, I think I keep going on this pace. I'm going to draw a card at the end of their turn. All right, they've cycled Lorien Revealed. They're going for something. A Wasteland. You got it. Okay. You got it. All right. I like that. Could have kept me off of full color. I'm going to go in for the attack here. Yep. And I'll go ahead and pass turn. Okay. What do we got here? Endurance. Let's think about that. I'm going to tap that for mana. We go ahead and counter that by returning this. And then tap that. And I'll draw a card. Yep. Now I've got the Brainstorm. Things are looking pretty good. All right. Telos Archive in play. I'll put that on top. Like that right where it is. Then I'll attack. And I'll pass turn. Yep. And there we go. End of turn. You got it. Go ahead and get your hedge maze on. Hedge it up. Hedgy. What we got? Rakshas's Bargain. I'm going to go ahead and say, please do not. Right. Now I have to play with this Brainstorm in my hand. Don't you try to kill Okay. I don't like that they can get the wasteland back. That makes me nervous. Don't like it. I'm gonna go ahead and brainstorm. Okay. Let's put back Narcomoeba and Serenity. Okay. Have they played a land yet? Is the real question. Okay. Well, they're gonna get to Leyline binding my Tameo for sure. Huh? Okay. Well, I mean, why don't I? I'm gonna go ahead and wish it was a wizard. We're gonna have to try and make it work. Yep, there's a force of will. That's rough, but it's not the end of the world. We're doing okay here. The important thing is stop them from just kneeling me out of the game with the yeah, you got that. Okay. This is gonna be tough. The Leyline, I don't know that there's anything in my deck that can stop that right now. So that's very scary for me, right? Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead, play that. And I'll pass turn. This is not great. I should have played the Serenity instead of playing the Tameo. You just get to hit me every turn with the Wasteland is really not good. Eventually, that's going to be the end of the game for me. Really surprised. Okay, yeah, I was going to say I'm really surprised they didn't get it, but they did. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is bad. Hedge Maze. Not where you want to be, but gotta put that into the graveyard there. And I'll attack. And there we go. Not great. This is going to be a problem going forward. I don't think I'm going to be in a situation where I can sustain that kind of hate for the rest of the game. There's part of me that wishes I had some way to stop that, but I just don't. So they might get me on the back of the old Wasteland plan here. God damn. Another. Yeah, I mean, I think we're dead here. Let's just be honest. We're going to end it here. Playing through that is nonsense. All right. Hey, if you enjoyed this episode, hit the subscribe button.
You can also support us on patreon.com/eternaldurdles, which now offers the new deck donation tier. I'll play literally whatever you want.
So brew your spiciest or stock us up with a stock list.
I'll literally play whatever you want.
Thanks for watching.